Good afternoon, my dear children. So, we are back with another video. So, here in this video, we are going to start with the part, your another part of your syllabus, that is the statistics for economics. So, in this video, the very first video, we are going to start with the chapter 1, okay, of your statistics for economics. So, the chapter name is Concept of Economics and Significance of Statistics in Economics. So, as you all know that after going through your microeconomics, you are very much familiar with the basic concepts of economics, isn't it? So, today in this video, first we'll see some concepts of economics, then after that we'll see the significance of statistics. What is the significance of statistics in economics? Okay, children. So, as I have already told you, that statistics is a different subject. Is a subject like economics. It is also a subject, but we are studying statistics here because statistics is used in the economics, isn't it? So what is the significance of that statistics in economics, in this subject economics? Okay, so if you want to know about the what is economics and all, so we have gone through it, like the economics is all about the study where it shows it brings the balance between the unlimited human wants and the limited resources, isn't it? So what is economics? These things we have already discussed in the microeconomics. So the the three important, you can call it the vital processes of the economics, production, consumption and investment. Then what is consumption? Who are consumers, isn't it? Consumer is the one who consumes goods and services for the satisfaction of his or her wants. Then what is consumption? Consumption is the process, isn't it, of using up the utility of value of goods and services for the direct satisfaction of the want. Then after that we see the production, another important activity. Who is a producer? A producer is the one who produces or sells goods and services for the generation of income. Then what is production? Production is the process of converting raw material into useful thing. So the three vital processes: production, consumption, production and investment, isn't it? So what is investment? So it is the expenditure by the producers on the purchase of assets which will help to generate the income. It is basically the addition to the income of the individual, that is the investment, isn't it? So what is saving? If you have to know what is saving, so saving is that part of income which is not consumed, isn't it? It's an act as an absistence from the consumption, isn't it? So consumption, which is the part of the income which is not consumed, isn't it? That is saving. So these are the three basic vital processes of the economy. So after that, another important thing is we should know about the economic activity, isn't it? So because all are engaged, isn't it? As you can see that the consumers, producers are there, savers are there, investors are there, isn't it? So we are all engaged in a diverse economic activities. Okay, children. So economic activities include consumption, production, saving, investment and many more. So then what is this economic activity? So it is an activity which is related to the use of scarce means, also called scarce resources. Means are always scarce in relation to our wants, isn't it? Imagine yourself as the richest person on the earth. Still, you can't have everything you wish to have at the point of time. It implies that the scarcity of your means, resources in your relation to your wants. So, economic activities in the activity which is related to the use of the scarce means, isn't it? So, engaged in the diverse economic activities, we are performing ordinary business of life. Okay, so from there only, the Alfred Marshall has said that the great proponent of the modern economics, he has defined economics as a study of mankind in the ordinary businesses of life. Okay, so from there you know about the what is the definition of economics. You can see from this Alfred Marshall point of view. So there is the another activity. So if you have to know about this economic activity, so market activities are basically of two types. Okay, children. One is economic activity, another is the non-economic activity. So economic activity, as we have already said, that it is an activity which is related to the use of scarce means, use of scarce resources, whereas your non-economic activities are not related to the use of scarce resources. Or you can also say that the economic activities are those those activities which is related with the monetary terms, where there is a generation of income, whereas non-economic activities are those activities where there is no generation of income. Okay, for example, a cricketer Virat Kohli, if Virat Kohli is playing cricket for the Indian team, that comes under the economic activity, but the same Virat is playing cricket for his recreational pleasure, then that comes under the non-economic activity. So you can define this economic activities and non-economic activities in this way also. Okay children, after that so as we have already discussed that we are studying economics because of the single word scarcity. Okay, so you can say that the scarcity is the undercurrent of economic problem and therefore of economics. Okay, so as you know that the resources are always scarce in relation to our want. Also the resources have alternative uses also, isn't it? So because of that you can say that it is the undercurrent of economic problem, and it is the main undercurrent of the economics is, you can call it is the scarcity. Okay, it is the scarcity. So economic problem, as we have already discussed, economic problem is the problem of choice, isn't it? So whatever we want, since our resources are limited but our wants are unlimited, whatever we want, whatever we desire, we cannot get everything. So there we have to make a choice. So basically it is the economic problem arises because of this problem of choice only. We have to choose the alternative, isn't it? So that is the economic problem. Okay, so after that so this three distinct components of economics we have already discussed: production, consumption, and distribution. We have already discussed. Okay, so what is now the important ones is what is statistics. Okay, statistics. So even to a layman this should not be a difficult question, like if asked to define statistics. So we can expect a layman to say that statistics is something like a store of quantitative information. Okay, so you can say in a normal language, if you have to define statistics, then statistics is a store of the quantitative information, numerical information. Okay, so statistics means like the quantitative information or quantification of the facts and the findings. Okay, so when we are quantifying the facts and the finding, that is basically the work of statistics. Okay, so how do we get quantitative information, isn't it? So there must be a system, method. There has to be method, or there has to be technique to collect the quantitative information. Okay, also statistical information may be a raw information, so it needs to be classified, it needs to be presented, to make it to get the it has to be presented properly. So one must learn the system of presentation, classification of data. So because raw data, the information that we collected is in raw form, is of no use. It has to be organized, it has to be presented well. Okay, so that is a statistics. So statistics is you can call it, the statistics means the quantitative information or quantification of the facts and the findings. Okay, so after that we will see that so this subject is a very vast subject. Okay, so in view of the such vastness of the subject, statistics is defined in the singular sense and the plural sense. Okay, so statistics is defined both in the plural sense as well as singular sense. So first we will see statistics a plural noun. Okay, so in its plural sense, statistics refers to the information in terms of numbers or numerical data. Okay, so whenever this plural, you have to define statistics in a plural sense, so just remember it is the numerical data. So numerical data such as population statistics, employment statistics, statistics concerning public expenditure, etc. So however, you have to keep one thing in mind, children, that however any numerical information is not statistics. For example, Ram gets ₹100 per month as pocket allowance is not statistics, because it is neither an aggregate nor an average. Okay, whereas for example, we said that the average pocket allowances of the students of class 10 is ₹100 per month. That is statistics. So there are 80 students in class 11 compared to just 8 in class 12 of our school are statistics. So every numerical figures are not statistics. So either it has to be in the aggregate term or either it has to be in the average form. Then only we can call it statistics. So statistics in the plural sense, if you have to define, so it refers to the information in terms of the numbers or the numerical data. Okay, so you can see that which one is statistics and which one are not statistics. So for example, a cow has 4 legs. that is not statistics. So average height of the 26 plus male people in India is 6 feet compared to 5 feet in Nepal. So this is statistics. Ram has rupees 200 rupees in his pocket. That is not statistics. But birth rate in India is 18 per thousand compared to 8 per thousand in the US. So from there, from this table you can distinguish that which one is statistics, which numerical figures are statistics and which figures are not. Okay, because every numerical figures are not statistics. After that, we will see you can go through the definition of this statistics. Okay, children. So statistics are the numerical statements of fact according to plural sense. If you have to define statistics, so statistics are the numerical statements of facts in any department of inquiry placed in relation to each other. So by statistics we mean quantitative data affected to marked extent by the multiplicity of causes. So you can define statistics in a plural sense like this. Okay. Another one is the features or characteristics of statistics in the plural sense or the numerical data. So the main features is the aggregates of fact, isn't it? So aggregates. So I have told you the aggregates, statistics has to be either aggregates or have to be average. A single number. So we discussed that a single number does not constitute statistics. So we cannot draw. Why? Because we cannot draw any conclusion from it. It is only the aggregate number of fact is called statistics. So aggregates of fact. Another is numerically expressed. Statistics are expressed in the terms of numbers. Qualitative aspect like small or the big, rich or the poor are not called statistics. Okay, children, qualitative aspect. So you can't say, for example, Irfan Pathan is tall and Sachin is short. That is not statistics. However, if we say that the height of Irfan Pathan is 6 feet and 2 inch and that of Sachin is 5 feet 4 inch, then this numerical data are statistics. So statistics is always expressed numerically. Okay. Another feature is the affected by the multiplicity of causes. So statistics are not affected by any single factor but are influenced by many factors. Okay. For instance, like 30% of rise in prices. Suppose there is a rise in prices and 30% have been due to the several causes. No, like the reduction in supply, increase in demand, shortage of power, rise in wages, rise in taxes, etc. Okay, so it is affected by not single factor but it is affected by the multiple factors. Okay. Another is the reasonable accuracy. So a reasonable degree of accuracy must be kept in view while collecting statistical data. So this accuracy depends on the purpose of investigation, its nature, size and available resources. Another feature is placed in relation to each other. Okay, so such numericals alone will be called statistics as are mutually related, so comparable. Unless they have the quality of comparison, they cannot be. Unless they have the quality of comparison, they cannot be called statistics. So it has to be like, for example, if we state that Ram is 40 years old, Mohan is 5 feet tall, Sohan has 60 kg of weight. So these numbers will not be called statistics as they are not mutually related. Okay. However, if the age, height, weight of all the three are interrelated, then the same will be considered as statistics. That means statistics is placed in relation to each other. Okay. So this is the another feature. Another sixth feature is the predetermined purpose. So statistics are collected with some predetermined objective. So any information, any quantitative information the investigator wants to collect, there has to be some predetermined purpose. Okay. If there is no purpose, without purpose, the numerical figures are unable to collect. Okay, so it has to be predetermined purpose. Another is the enumerated or estimated. So statistics may be collected by enumeration or the same be estimated. Okay, if the field of investigation is vast, the procedure of estimation may be helpful. For example, 1 lakh people attended the rally addressed by PM in Delhi and 2 lakhs in Mumbai. So these statistics are based on estimation, isn't it? As against, if the field of inquiry is limited, the enumeration method is appropriate. For example, it can be verified by enumeration whether 20 students are present in the class or 10 workers are working in the factory. So some enumerators will be there. Okay, so enumerated method. Okay, so it can be estimated like this, estimated, or it can be enumerated. Okay. Another feature is collected in a systematic manner. Okay, so statistics should be collected in a systematic manner. So before collecting them, a plan must be prepared. No conclusion can be drawn from statistics collected in a haphazard manner. So it has to be, everything has to be done systematically. Okay, so we can say that the all numerical data cannot be called statistics, but all statistics are called numerical data. Okay, so according to the plural sense, you can call all numerical data are not statistics, but all statistics are called numerical data. Okay, so this is about the statistics in a plural noun, in a plural sense. Okay, and there are the features. Okay, features of statistics, or you can call it characteristics of statistics in a plural noun. Okay, so next video we will be doing with a singular noun. Okay, statistics as a singular noun.